Welcome to DIYEasyCrafts.com, how to make your own waterproofing solution for leather, canvas, and almost any material. You're going to need to run to the hardware store and just pick up a couple of ingredients, but this particular solution is very inexpensive to make. It's very easy to make. You don't have to cook anything, easy to apply, and it lasts a long time. We're going to start with a tube of 100% silicone. It has to be clear silicone, 100%. Also, a can of odorless mineral spirits. Mineral spirits is kind of like paint thinner, except it's more refined and doesn't have as much of a stench. You're going to start by squeezing out the entire tube of clear silicone into a container. I'm just using a 1-quart container because I was able to find a cap for it. Chinese soup container works perfect. Then you're going to fill about half of that container, so about half a quart, with the mineral spirits. I did a lot of research on the web and tried a couple of different waterproofing solutions. I like this one the best, not only because of its ability to keep water out of shoes, but also because of the ease of mixing it up. You don't have to cook and melt wax and play around with flammable materials in a flame. All you have to do is just mix this silicone into the mineral spirits. You do have to mix it for quite a little while, a couple minutes of stirring, just to get all of that paste into a slurry. So a couple minutes of vigorous mixing. If you do have a container with a secure cap on it, another great way of doing it is to shake that up so that you're really getting that silicone into a suspension. Now it's really the mineral spirits that are going to drag that silicone into the material. So it's going to soak into the material very nicely, dragging that silicone slurry with it. And then the mineral spirits will basically evaporate, leaving the silicone in place. Now I tested it on a sheet of paper towel before I wanted to try it on my boots. So what I did was I painted a small section of that paper towel with the mixture, and I set it aside to dry. I actually let it dry overnight. Probably didn't need that long. When it was all dry, number one, notice that it didn't really change the color of the paper towel too bad, and the water just pours right over it, just beads up, pours right over the section that is protected, and of course the surrounding paper towel gets wet instantly. And what's really nice about it is that no moisture got through to the other side of the paper towel. That was a real good indication that this particular solution was going to work and do the job that I wanted it to do. My biggest complaint when you're working or playing outdoors in any type of weather is you end up with, I end up with wet socks, which I just hate. This particular pair of boots is just an old pair of boots. They leak. I always end up with wet socks with them. So what I wanted to do was just paint this a very liberal coating, making sure that all of the seams are heavily coated so that that solution can really penetrate deep into those seams. So paint it on. Don't skimp on this. Really paint on a good coat. Once you've covered all of the seams and all of the leather, then I'm actually going to take another sheet of paper towel and just rinse off some of the excess material, and then I'll set this aside to dry. You do want to air it out and dry it in an area that has a lot of ventilation. Even though this mineral spirit container says it's odorless, it's really not. It does have a little bit of a smell. It takes a good day or so for the leather to get rid of that smell. Alright, so here's our test. The boot on the left-hand side of the screen is protected with our solution. You can see that the water, when I pour it onto the boot, it just beads up and runs off of the boot. So that's a pretty good indication that it's going to work. I still want to test to make sure that none of the water is getting in through the seams. So I took that same boot, I took a paper towel, jammed it inside the boot, and I'm going to just immerse the toe of that boot into a bucket of water. Kind of crude, but makes my point. The desired result here is that I don't want to end up with wet socks. So I figured that if the paper towel is dry after 2 or 3 minutes of immersion, then I'm good to go. So after almost 3 minutes in that bucket of water, took out the paper towel, and the paper towel is completely dry. So none of that water is getting through the seams. The silicone solution did a perfect job. I was so impressed with it that I actually coated some old sneakers that I wear, when playing around in the yard. I coated a variety of different work shoes that I use outdoors, and also some boots, getting prepared for the winter. A very easy, do-it-yourself waterproofing solution. You can mix up a half quart of this for just about $10. The solution lasts a long time. It does a very, very nice job. Just make sure you air it out, get rid of that smell completely, and make sure you test it on the material that you're going to use it on so that you're not dissatisfied with any color changes. Please check us out on the web at DIYEasyCrafts.com. Be sure to check out our other how-to videos. And if you like this video, I ask that you please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel.